A block of wood weighing 55 Newton is lying on a rough horizontal surface. The force needed to overcome the force due to static friction is 12 Newton. What is the coefficient of static friction between the block of wood and the surface? So there is no illustration. So tayo na lang yung mag-illustrate. Meron daw tayong horizontal surface, rough horizontal surface, and then meron daw tayong block of wood lying on that rough horizontal surface. Ayan. O, di ba? O, di perfect. Ayaw. Okay, so let us identify all the forces acting on our object. First, of course, automatic yan. Meron talagang weight. And that weight is always directed downwards. Ayan, downwards. This is the weight. And since there is a surface, automatically, that would mean that there is a normal force, which is perpendicular. Yeah, normal force. Now, ano pa yung given dito? There is a mention of coefficient of static friction. So that means that would imply that there is a frictional force. So to the left. Sir, necessary talaga na to the left? Wala mang direction na nakalagay dyan. So okay lang, to the left. Okay? Now, there is a mention of a force needed to overcome the force due to friction. So there is a force needed to overcome this. So to overcome this, dapat meron kang applied force. Tama? Kasi kapag walang applied force yan, paano i-overcome? Tama? So there must be an applied force needed to overcome the force due to static friction. And it is going to the right, in the opposite direction. Applied force. Okay. Maklaro man ang atong free body diagram, no? Dili na nato necessary i-simplify kanang klaro naman siya diha. So let us automatically determine the required and the given variables. Unang given, we have a block of wood weighing 55 Newton. That is Newton, so that must be the weight of the object, which is 55 Newton. Next, the force needed to overcome the force due to static friction is 12 Newton. Para ma-overcome ang force due to static friction. So that is our applied force. Siya man ang necessary para ma-overcome. Siya man yung external force para ma-overcome yung static friction. So that is our applied force, which is 12 Newton. And then ang required, ano ba yung required dito? Sorry. What is the coefficient of static friction? Ayan, di ba? Mu S. So saan na equation makikita si mu S or mu K or mu S? Remember the equation, frictional force is equal to mu S or mu K Fn. Diyan lang man nato siya makita nga equation. So we will use this equation. So to solve for mu S, we will divide both sides by Fn. Divide both sides by Fn. So that gives us an equation of mu S is equal to Ff divided by Fn, or frictional force divided by the normal force. Wala lagi tayo frictional force, wala po tayo normal force sa given. Alam na natin na alam na natin that the normal force is just equal to the weight. Bakit? Because our surface is horizontal. Sorry, hindi pala summation. Pakita ko na lang. Summation of forces along the y must be 0. And Fn plus negative W is equal to 0. That will give us Fn is equal to the weight. Kasi horizontal. Diba? Automatic pa na siya na if our surface is horizontal, Fn is equal to the weight. So check na si Fn. Kasi that is just the weight. How about our Ff? Saan natin makikita si Ff? Sa X. So we will use summation of forces along the X is 0. Ano yung forces along the F? X, along the X rather. So you have Ff, which is negative because it is directed to the left. And we have Fa, which is positive. So that means Fa is just equal to FF. So, meron pala tayong FF because equal lang naman si FA at saka si FF. Okay? Diba? Dali na kayo, no? As long as you will familiarize with the problem. So, FF is just FA. So, that is 12 Newton. Divided by the Fn is just the weight, which is 55 Newton. And that will give us 12 divided by 55. That will give us 0.218. There is no unit, kaya mag-cancel out ang unit. And we need two significant figures. So that means our final answer must only contain two significant figures. And that will give us mu s is equal to 0.22. There is no unit for coefficient.